For years, he was everywhere and nowhere, killing across state lines, changing his appearance, charming his way out of suspicion. Ted Bundy didn't just evade law enforcement, he studied them, mocked them, and for a long time, he won. But one detective refused to stop running, and that race would define both of their lives forever. Ted Bundy was not the monster you could spot in a crowd. He was handsome, educated, articulate. He volunteered at a suicide hotline. He worked for a political campaign. People trusted him instinctively. That trust was his weapon, and he sharpened it deliberately because Bundy understood something most killers never do. The real danger was never the crime, it was the aftermath. By the early 1970s, young women were vanishing across the Pacific Northwest. No witnesses, no pattern investigators could lock down, no consistent physical evidence. Detective Robert Keppel of the King County Police was assigned to the case. What he found, or rather, what he couldn't find, told him immediately. This wasn't a disorganized killer. This was someone who planned everything. Criminal psychologists would later identify Bundy as a textbook organized offender. He selected locations in advance. He used props, a fake cast, a fake injury, to manufacture helplessness and trigger a victim's empathy. He controlled every variable he could. To the detectives chasing him, it felt like pursuing a ghost. Every lead dissolved. Every witness description contradicted the last. Bundy's most dangerous weapon wasn't physical, it was psychological projection. He understood exactly how investigators thought, because he thought like them. He knew what evidence they'd look for. He knew how to destroy it, move it, or never create it at all. He crossed jurisdictions deliberately, knowing that in the 1970s, police departments rarely communicated. He used the system's blind spots as his escape routes. For Keppel, every dead end was personal. He had names. He had grieving families. He had crime scenes that whispered a story he couldn't fully read yet. Colleagues moved on to other cases. Keppel didn't. He began doing something unusual for the era, building a psychological profile, not just of the crimes, but of the mind behind them, the mind that kept winning. Bundy was caught twice and escaped twice. First from a courthouse library in Aspen, then from a Garfield County jail, dropping through a ceiling panel into the jailer's apartment. Both escapes were planned with cold precision. To the public, it was shocking. To Keppel, it was confirmation. This man did not panic. He calculated. Every move Bundy made, even in captivity, was a chess move. What made this cat-and-mouse so psychologically unique was that Bundy knew he was being chased, and enjoyed it. Forensic psychologists describe this as duping delight, a narcissistic high derived from outsmarting authority. Bundy fed on the investigation. He followed news coverage obsessively. The chase wasn't a threat to him. For years, it was a game he believed he was born to win. Then came the moment that stunned the criminal psychology world. While on death row in Florida, Bundy reached out to Keppel directly. He offered to help solve other active murder cases, including the Green River Killer. It wasn't remorse, it was performance. Bundy wanted an audience. And Keppel, the detective who had chased him longest, was the only one Bundy considered worthy of the conversation. Keppel used those conversations ruthlessly. While Bundy believed he was controlling the exchange, still playing the game, Keppel extracted precise psychological data about how Bundy selected victims, disposed of evidence, and maintained his double life. The information directly shaped the Green River investigation. Bundy thought he was winning the final round. Keppel had already turned it into a classroom. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was executed in Florida. In his final days, he confessed to over 30 murders, though investigators believe the true number was higher. Keppel was among those who received his last confessions. Bundy, who had outsmarted rooms full of detectives for over a decade, spent his final hours giving the one man he respected everything he had withheld for years. The race between Ted Bundy and Robert Keppel lasted nearly 2 decades. Bundy won every sprint, Keppel won the marathon. Because the difference between a killer's intelligence and a detective's patience is simple, one of them eventually runs out of time. If you want to see the full psychological breakdown of how Keppel finally cracked Bundy's mind, subscribe to the channel.